Becky first came to me after she fell into a major depression. She saw a psychiatrist and was prescribed medication. She responded well to medication and was referred for cognitive therapy to help develop coping strategies to help deal with depressive symptoms. Becky is 20 years old. She has had no history of depression, although her mother suffers from depression and has been successfully treated. During the fall semester of her junior year, Becky started to feel depressed. She eventually stopped going to classes and then withdrew from school. At the core of her depressive symptoms was very low self-esteem. She sees herself as a social failure and gets into a pattern of isolating and feeling down. Becky is working part-time and attending therapy. She hopes to go back to school next semester and has had some remission of symptoms. Here's a portion of one of our therapy sessions. So how have you been feeling this past week, Becky?
Pretty good. I had a couple of down days, but they were related to some of the homework you gave me.
Well, we should talk about that. Let's see, this week I want to focus on our goals of creating some new social supports in your life, but let's review what we did last week.
Okay.
Last week we spent a lot of the session making the connection between your thoughts, feelings, and behavior, that the driving force behind depression is your pattern of thinking, which then leads to sad feelings and drives behavioral choices.
Right. Mainly because my thoughts focus around how I don't have any friends and I feel like it's really hard for me to make friends and that people really don't want to be my friend.
Right. So the homework for last week was to keep a thought journal and try to identify the negative self-talk when it happens. We also discussed choosing one social activity where you would invite someone to join you for something. How did those two things go?
I kept the journal. There definitely was a pattern. Whenever I don't feel included or involved, I'm flooded with feelings of that no one wants to hang out with me because I am boring or not very fun. Then I feel really sad and just clam up. And I don't join or even try to be social.
Well, thoughts are very powerful. They have the power to drive both feelings and behavior. So what about the other piece of homework?
Well, it was hard. I ended up inviting a girl at work to go out to dinner after work.
And what happened?
Oh, well, she said sure. And we went out to a restaurant where there were a lot of college kids hanging out.
So what happened there?
Well, I was really pleased that she wanted to go. And when we got there, she knew a bunch of people and invited them over to join us. And I felt like a fifth wheel. No one seemed really to be interested in me and wanted to talk to me.
Well, did you talk to them, introduce yourself, and try to engage in some conversation?
No. Look, I know I should, but I just feel so stupid. I don't know what to talk about.
Well, so that is what we will work on today, practicing some conversations and assigning them for next week.